In the 90s, there was a widespread debates in the context of economic liberalization strategies, and at that time, the issues of the impact of labor regulations on the labor market became a subject of widespread concern. And there are two different orientations in this debate. One that emphasizes that what was called deregulation at that time would facilitate growth and more export-led regimes, and the other that shows that the impact of regulations may be not only good for workers' protection, but also for productivity growth and economic growth at the last instance. And after the recession of the late 90s and early 2000s, there was a lot of change in Latin America, especially in countries that suffered or experienced the greatest crisis. For instance, Argentina and Uruguay. So there was a strong switch in political orientations and in economic policies, and also in the orientation of labor regulation. So at the moment, what I presented here was taking into account these two countries and a few others, Chile and Peru, to show that in contrast to the 90s, where there was more convergence in regulation, what I called elsewhere downward convergence, because the deregulation was highest in those countries which had the highest level of labor protection. In the 2000s, after the crisis and until today, there is more divergence among coexisting trends or regulation patterns. And this notwithstanding, all these countries have had a long, high rate of growth, but with different labor market functioning, more in favor of wages and wage-led growth on the one hand, and the contrary on the other.